Hey guys, Thetcglover here. I would like to make a quick apology for anyone who didn't understand what I was talking about yesterday. What I was saying is that basically there were some cards that people have a large butthurt against but feel like it should be hit just because they're butthurt more than the fact that they're trying to think about how it will affect other decks and so on, okay? Anyway, today's video is going to be a little comparison, depending on what you guys feel is the better card, between Adreus, Keeper of Armageddon, which we managed to get a common copy of in the battle pack, and a number 61 Volcasaurus. They're both very similar cards. Obviously Volcasaurus just came out in the latest Zexal tin, or Zeal tin, or whatever you want to call it, and so they're both very easy to get hold of. Let's say you have a very easy rank 5 spam deck. Okay, let's say you have Insectors and you're running Dragonfly with Ladybug and you're just going into rank 5s everywhere, you know. And let's say like you have 14 cards in your extra deck, rank 4s, rank 3s, and so on. And you need that one more spot, and you've got to pick between Adreus and Volcasaurus, okay? So you actually have to pick something rather than just say they're both fine, you know? Okay, they both have their ups and downs in, you know, different ways, okay? Let's start off with Adreus, Keeper of Armageddon, okay? But that one's been around since Generation Force. It was a TCG exclusive, but, you know, it kind of rivaled Tyrus in some ways, although Tyrus was arguably better in most ways because of the fact that it couldn't be destroyed. But anyway, it requires 2 level 5s, and once per turn you can attach 1 Exceeds material from this card to target one face-up monster card your opponent controls, not monster card, and destroy it. So what it does is basically 2600, you can go over pretty much anything that's 25, Shien, Stardust, you know, it's a really good out. It puts a lot of pressure on your opponent, you know, it's also a Dark and a Fiend. So if you're running some kind of Chaos thing, you can definitely implement this into your deck, and if you can go into it quite easily, then that's good. It does help you get out of sticky situations. Stuff like Macrocosmos, that's a really popular card. Even though Dino Rabbits have left the building, basically, Macro is still being played in decks like Six Samurais and other decks like that, you know, obviously not Mermails or Dark World, but other decks that hit, you know, that want to make a effect on the meta. They're going to run Macro, and this card is a really good way. Like for instance, Dark Worlds can go into it, and if they're worried about a Macro coming up, they can go into that. And there's other little things like that, you know. It's very, very handy having to be able to hit many different kind of types of cards, you know, face-up trap cards, face-up spell cards, monster cards that are just a little bit too annoying, you know. When it comes down to actual monster against monster, you know, let's say you're playing against a monster heavy deck like Chaos Dragons or Agents, or to some extent Dark World, because Adreus wouldn't do much against Dark World except to hit the field spell. You want to go into Volcasaurus instead, which we've been waiting for a long time. It's a really, really cool card in the sense that it can do quite a lot for you, and it can basically put a lot of pressure on your opponent, okay? So 2 level 5s, once per turn you can attach 1 Exceeds material from this card to target one face-up monster your opponent controls and destroy that opponent's monster, and if you do destroy it, inflict damage to your opponent equal to the attack of that monster that was destroyed. And if you do that effect, you can't attack directly with this card during the turn it was activated. Yeah, you can basically destroy their BLS, hit them for 3k, overlay into a Gaia Dragon Thunder Charger, and attack them for another 2/6, and then deal 5/6 damage right there. And it probably only cost you 2 cards. And it got rid of their big monster. And the fact is that if you have this card in the field, you destroy their card, you don't attack because you can't. Next turn, they're basically forced into either destroying Volcasaurus via Dark Hole or something like that, or they're going to have to basically just not summon anything, and then you can just keep attacking them, because if they can't get rid of Volcasaurus, then you're just going to keep destroying them, going to keep inflicting damage and stuff like that. You know, the fact that it can go into Gaia Dragon makes a huge difference to the effectiveness of the card, because stopping your attack from this card is a really big thing, because like, why would you want to burn your opponent if you can attack them directly, or you can just destroy them and attack directly? Adreus allows you to destroy the monster, attack, and that's that. But Volcasaurus allows for burn damage, which is actually really effective, provided that you hit a really, really good card. It also allows you to get rid of things like, you know, obviously Spirit Reaper to an extent, but Adreus destroys it and allows you to attack through a Spirit Reaper, and Volcasaurus doesn't. So in some ways it's got different applications, but I personally feel that Volcasaurus is more effective simply because of Gaia Dragon. But if that wasn't around, then I probably would have swung more towards Adreus. But yeah, that's pretty much my video. I like both of them very much. I think they're very, very cool cards. Please do like and comment about what is your favourite card out of the two. Really is close on this. It's not like you know, Mirror Force and D Prison, it's pretty obvious that there's one competitor that's better. But in this case, it's actually really close. And definitely do share and definitely subscribe if you haven't already. Thanks to everyone who subscribed recently, you've been great. So thanks for watching, guys, and until next time, the TSG Lover is out.